is LAPD repeatedly flying over and amplifying helicopter activity inside of my apartment based on my movement, based on my activity on my cell phone. And again, where you're seeing this distance, the entity is vibrating my apartment. And the people of the state are acting in concert, not only by crossing paths like you see that demon doing on Alvarado, which is a criminal act. It's concerted conduct. They're crossing paths together, and it's light activity, and they're going to the crime scene, which is Silverview Townhomes. All 35 units are going to be prosecuted as state terrorists. They're group stalking by address. And what the entity is doing, just like I pointed out, you'll see on stamps currently right now, it's 1:01 p.m. So I'm giving you an image, this video, with regard to what I keep noting. The entity is repeatedly flying over my apartment. The entity is doing so. It's demonic with regard to the amplification and the sensational activity. So I want to be clear. First of all, it's demonic activity. The entity is amplifying, that is targeting me with audible activity of its helicopter, the noise of the helicopter, and the entity is doing that with real-time knowledge. So as I'm speaking to and I'm documenting the entity that is group stalking in APD, which is what this is, surveillance. This is the demon that's engaged in surveillance in plain sight. A whole entity is going to be prosecuted by this open engagement and criminal activity with the state, this black vehicle at Silverview Townhomes. The entity is engaging in what is amplification in concert with the people of the state. So how are the demons doing that? The ongoing increased volume at an extraordinarily loud level, the combination of a demon outside in relevant position, amplified loud noise, which are the people of the state, these demons on the roads and the highways and in the apartment buildings and on the properties surrounding me, at the same time increasing the level of volume while the entity flies over my apartment, rumbling my apartment, and increasing the volume of that helicopter. That's terrorism. So this is what I'm speaking to. Let me be clear. Amplification, sensational, audible activity, vibrating, shaking. This is terrorism, and it's the elements of monitoring. While I am speaking those very specific terms, those have legal relevance. That is relevant to what is the terrorism that the entity is engaging in. Like I said, the entity is engaging in, first of all, what is demonic. Second of all, they're engaging in what is ongoing terrorism. The demon possessed engage in more. That light activity that you saw appearing on my outside of my front door, that's impossible light activity. That's terrorism. The amplification is terrorism. Okay, the sensational activity, that's terrorism. First of all, you're suggesting that flying over the apartment building is going to create a rumbling, a vibration, an earthquake. So you are both admitting the fact that you're flying over my apartment, because Erica Lorraine Spencer has already established the fact that, number one, I don't have to make up the fact that a whole police department is devoted 24-hour attention to me, stalking me in a helicopter. Second of all, I don't have to prove the fact that the entity is engaged in demonic activity. This is how I'm able to capture on video so that you can see amplification. And how can you see that which with regard to what is concerning your hearing? Because I captured video of the entity flying at a great distance in a manner that I would never be able to hear the helicopter. Nonetheless, as I step outside and you're looking at workplace terrorism, harassment, and sexual violence in the workplace, while the demon-possessed group stalker engaging in terrorism in the workplace is sitting in relevant position, Maria Solis Alvarez, at this same property at 10:42 in the morning. And you're also aware of the fact that that's a demon because the light source was directly over the top of my head at that time in the morning. And you're looking at that same agency that's flying over right now, which is called Crossing Path. Openly engaging in state terrorism is what the entity is doing. So this is Crossing Path on the sidewalk. Open what is terrorism right now while you're looking at them walking by. Openly engaging in terrorism while you're looking at them drive by. He is heard at that great distance on that video that I captured, flying in a circle at that, which is pacing of a demon in the specific environment. That is how you are aware of what the entity is doing. So I want to be clear. Amplification on its face is ongoing terrorism. While I'm documenting that, Lucy Santos is going to be documented and prosecuted as the terrorist that she is, engaging in what is state surveillance with that entity, who was continuously engaging with real-time knowledge and with the criminal purpose to further terrorize, all right, and psychologically torture while repeatedly flying over my apartment in a helicopter, which again is not going to create an earthquake. But it's also an admission at the same time while you're experiencing that impossible creation of activity. And that is what the entity is engaging in. And that's occurring in concert with demons such as this one, 8BAZA223, I believe. And you can see the light source through her windshield. Rewind the video and you'll see her criminal engagement in what is state terrorism while she lives at a crime scene where the light source remains for the duration of the day. The same is shared with the demons that are pacing on and off the property of Silverview Townhomes. The same is shared with the demons that are pacing up and down Alvarado Street. They're going to be deported out of this country. The ones you see walking around that Jeep, he's going to federal prison, and then they're going to be deported out of this country because they're not welcome. And those engaging in what is terrorism in the state of, in this country, in the United States, they're going to be shipped right back to the place of origin. And they can go terrorize the citizens wherever they're from because you're not welcome in this country. And while they're listening to me document them, that's the truth with regard to the terrorism that they're engaging in this country. All right, so I want to make sure that you understand that while you're looking at the light activity appear and disappear on the sidewalks, these are demons that are here from other countries. We're going to send these demons right back to where they're from while they're engaging in terrorism with the LAPD, who just flew over my apartment, which is putting a rubber stamp on their time in federal prison. All right, it is currently, again, 1:06 p.m. This is exactly what I'm pointing out. These demons are engaging what is simultaneous amplification, terrorizing with audible activity while the light source remains over me, while engineered light remains inside of my apartment, acting in concert with that demon that's stalking in helicopters. That is Dominic Choi and the people of this, the Los Angeles Police Department. 24-hour stalking in a helicopter with demons that are engaged in 24-hour stalking, living at a crime scene, maliciously so. This is demonic pacing in a car and then demonic pacing on foot. P.O.C. This impunity is going to be prosecuted against Lucy Santos, and every other third party is going to be prosecuted by name in federal court. And again, no one is going to be moved by their tears because they will be crying on that day. It is currently 1:06 p.m. This is P.O.C.